Ants are highly successful and widespread social insects, part of the Formicidae family, with over 14,000 described species inhabiting nearly every terrestrial environment. To truly understand the ant, we must first look at its remarkable physical form, a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering built on the classic insect blueprint. Every ant, from the most minuscule to the most massive, shares a three-part body plan: the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. This entire structure is encased in a hard, protective exoskeleton made of a substance called chitin. This external skeleton acts as a durable suit of armor, providing both defense against predators and a rigid framework for muscle attachment. However, it doesn't grow, meaning an ant must shed its skin, or molt, multiple times as it develops. Let's dissect this incredible anatomy piece by piece, starting with the command center, the head. The ant's head is a densely packed hub of sensory equipment and powerful tools. On either side are compound eyes, composed of hundreds of tiny lenses that grant them an excellent ability to detect motion, though their overall image clarity is often poor. Many species also have three simple eyes, or ocelli, on top of their head to detect light levels and polarization. But their primary window to the world is through their antennae. These jointed or elbowed appendages are sophisticated sensory switchboards, covered in specialized hairs that can smell, taste, feel, and even detect air currents. It is through their antennae that ants follow the invisible chemical trails of their sisters, identify friend from foe, and assess the quality of a food source. And then there are the mandibles. Far more than simple jaws, they are a living Swiss Army knife, adapted for a stunning variety of tasks. Some are sharp and serrated, perfect for slicing through tough leaves, as seen in leafcutter ants. Others, like those of army ants, are shaped like vicious hooks for grappling with prey. Perhaps most spectacular are the trapjaw ants, whose mandibles can snap shut at speeds over 140 miles per hour, acting as a spring-loaded trap for prey, or a catapult to fling themselves away from danger. Connected to the head is the thorax, the ant's engine room and center of locomotion. This robust middle section anchors all 6 of the ant's legs. Each leg is a marvel of grip and traction, ending in tiny claws for scaling rough surfaces and adhesive pads for walking upside down on smooth ones. In the case of queens and males, the thorax is also the attachment point for wings, used during their brief but crucial nuptial flight. Linking the thorax to the abdomen is one of the ant's most defining features, a narrow, flexible waist called the petiole. This constriction grants the abdomen incredible mobility, allowing an ant to bend almost in half to groom itself, aim a chemical spray, or deliver a precise sting. The abdomen, or gaster, is the life support and storage unit. It contains the heart, the reproductive organs, and the digestive system. But here lies another secret to their social success: a dual stomach. The first is a personal stomach for its own digestion. The second is a social stomach, or crop, where it stores liquid food not for itself, but to share with its nestmates. This act of regurgitating food for others, called trophallaxis, is the lifeblood of the colony, ensuring that the queen, larvae, and other workers are always fed. The abdomen also serves as an arsenal. In many species like fire ants, it terminates in a stinger, a modified egg-laying tube, that injects potent venom. Others, like wood ants, lack a stinger but can spray jets of irritating formic acid to deter predators. This basic body plan is brilliantly modified across different castes within a single colony, a phenomenon known as polymorphism. The queen is an egg-laying machine, her thorax scarred where she shed her wings and her abdomen massively enlarged to house her ovaries. The workers, all sterile females, are the true jacks of all trades. In many species they come in different sizes, from tiny minors who tend to the young, to enormous majors or soldiers, equipped with oversized heads and crushing mandibles built exclusively for defense. Finally, there are the males, or drones, with large eyes to spot flying queens and a body built for little more than a single reproductive flight. They live short, purposeful lives, sacrificing themselves for the future of the colony. This physical variation extends dramatically across the 15,000 known ant species. The smallest is so tiny that a colony could live inside a pinhead. At the other end of the spectrum is the formidable of South America, a giantess reaching over an inch in length. This incredible diversity in form and function, from the microscopic arrangement of their antennae to the specialized shape of their jaws, is what has allowed ants to conquer nearly every terrestrial habitat on Earth. Ants demonstrate advanced social organization with colony sizes ranging from dozens to millions. These colonies function as superorganisms with sophisticated division of labor. Communication methods are primarily chemical pheromones for signaling danger, food trails, and identification. They also communicate through touch, vibrations, and sounds. They exhibit diverse feeding and foraging strategies, including omnivorous diets and specialized adaptations, like leafcutter ants cultivating fungi, army ants swarming, and honey ants storing nectar. Ant nests are marvels of natural engineering found underground in wood or trees, with climate-controlled chambers for various functions. The ecological roles of ants include soil aeration, seed dispersal, pest control, mutualistic relationships with plants, and nutrient recycling with their significant biomass in tropical forests. While ants are a dominant force of nature, their reign is not unchallenged. They face a barrage of modern threats, pushing their colonies to the brink. The most visible and devastating of these is habitat destruction. From the relentless clearing of rainforests for timber and farmland to the sprawling concrete of our cities, the natural world is shrinking. For ants, this means more than just losing their homes. It's the fragmentation of their territories, severing ancient foraging trails and isolating colonies. This isolation can lead to genetic bottlenecks, reducing their ability to adapt to future changes. Compounding this loss of land is a chemical onslaught. The widespread use of pesticides in agriculture and urban environments creates a toxic landscape. Insecticides are often indiscriminate, wiping out entire ant colonies, both pest and beneficial species alike. But the danger isn't always immediate death. Sublethal doses can have insidious effects, impairing an ant's ability to navigate, communicate, or care for its young. Herbicides, while not targeting insects directly, destroy the plants that ants and the insects they prey on depend upon, effectively starving them out. Perhaps the most formidable threat comes from within their own kind: invasive species. Transported around the globe by human trade, these ant invaders arrive in new ecosystems without the natural predators and competitors that kept them in check back home. They are biological conquerors. Consider the notorious red imported fire ant. Originally from South America, this aggressive species has spread across the southern United States, Australia, and parts of Asia. They deliver painful, venomous stings and overwhelm native ant populations through sheer numbers and aggression. Their massive mounds can damage farm equipment, and their habit of nesting in electrical equipment causes millions of dollars in damage annually. Equally devastating is the Argentine ant. Their superpower is cooperation on an unimaginable scale. Instead of fighting with neighboring colonies of their own species, they form continent-spanning supercolonies. In California, one such colony is estimated to stretch over 900 kilometers. They create a relentless, moving carpet of ants that systematically eliminates nearly all native ant species, disrupting critical ecosystem functions like seed dispersal that depend on that native diversity. Faced with this triple threat, it would be easy to write the ants off, but that would be a grave mistake. For if there is one defining characteristic of the ant, it is their profound, almost miraculous adaptability. In our own backyards, we see this resilience on display. The concrete jungle is just another habitat to be conquered. Pavement ants establish empires in the cracks of our sidewalks. Pharaoh ants build nests within our walls, using electrical wiring as highways. For these urban pioneers, a dropped crumb is a feast. They have learned to thrive on the scraps of our civilization. This adaptability is not just about location, it's behavioral. When faced with floods, some species, like fire ants, link their bodies together to form living rafts, protecting their queen and brood as they float to dry land. And on an evolutionary timescale, some populations are already developing resistance to our most common pesticides. It is a constant silent arms race. While we reshape the world, ants are busy reshaping themselves, proving time and again that they are the ultimate survivors. Ants provide benefits to humans through pest control and biomimicry applications. Beyond their ecological and biological marvels, ants have burrowed deep into the human psyche, becoming powerful symbols in our cultures, stories, and even our technology. Their cultural and symbolic significance, often representing hard work and cooperation, is a theme that echoes through millennia. Perhaps the most famous example is Aesop's fable, The Ant and the Grasshopper, a timeless lesson in foresight and diligence that has been told to children for centuries. This portrayal of the industrious, forward-thinking ant is a common thread woven through human history. In the book of Proverbs, the Bible advises the lazy to go to the ant, consider its ways and be wise. Similarly, the Quran tells the story of an ant warning its colony of King Solomon's approaching army, a tale highlighting their intelligence and communal concern. Across cultures, from African folklore where ants are often depicted as wise counselors, to Native American stories that see them as symbols of patience and strength, we have consistently looked to these tiny creatures to understand virtues we aspire to ourselves. This fascination is perhaps most tangibly captured when they are introduced to children through a beloved staple, the ant farm. Invented in 1956 by Milton Levine, the original ant farm brought the hidden world of ants into our homes, offering a living diorama of a complex, functioning society. For generations, children have pressed their faces against the plastic, watching mesmerized as the ants excavate intricate tunnels, meticulously manage their food stores, and care for their colony. The ant farm serves as a profound hands-on lesson in biology, sociology, and engineering. It teaches us about division of labor, communication, and the incredible power of collective effort, transforming an abstract concept into a visible, bustling reality. But our relationship with ants has evolved far beyond simple observation. Today we are actively learning from them to solve some of our most complex problems. This field, known as biomimicry, looks to nature for inspiration, and ant colonies are a goldmine. Scientists and engineers study their swarm intelligence, the collective intelligence that emerges from the simple interactions of many individuals. This has led to the development of ant colony optimization algorithms. These are sophisticated computer programs that mimic how ants find the most efficient paths between their nest and a food source. They're now used to solve logistical nightmares like optimizing delivery routes for shipping companies, managing telecommunications networks, and even designing more efficient circuits for computer chips. In a very real sense, the ancient wisdom of the ant trail is now powering our modern digital world. In conclusion, as we reflect on the world of ants, we see how their collective behavior, adaptability, and ecological importance make them truly remarkable creatures. We've seen how they operate not as individuals, but as a single, cohesive superorganism, a testament to the power of the collective. Their astonishing adaptability has allowed them to conquer nearly every terrestrial habitat on Earth, from scorching deserts to dense rainforests, surviving and thriving for over 140 million years. Their ecological importance cannot be overstated. As tireless farmers, builders, and janitors of the natural world, they aerate the soil, disperse seeds, and recycle nutrients, fundamentally shaping the ecosystems we all depend on. They are more than just insects. They are a global force of nature, a society of millions that operates with a unity of purpose we can only marvel at. They are a reminder that even the smallest among us can achieve incredible feats through cooperation and relentless perseverance. As we face our own global challenges, perhaps the most profound lesson the ants can teach us is that together, with shared purpose and tireless effort, there is very little we cannot accomplish. They were here long before us and will likely be here long after we are gone, their silent, industrious march a constant, humbling presence on our planet.